Welcome to another recording. Today we'll be talking about a different subject matter, and it's all about the 20 side hustles for HR professionals. It's a given fact that we all need to have multiple streams of income. However, as professionals, sometimes we struggle to make time for some other thing outside of our core area of expertise. But within our core area of expertise, there are some things we can engage ourselves in and make some extra cash. So that is what this recording is all about. How do you put your expertise to use and earn extra cash? So the first thing we'll be talking about will be course retailing. The first thing will be um, course retailing. Now, cost retailing is all about you designing different kind of courses and making them available for sale. You can even decide to have those courses in box. That means wholesaling courses. So with that, you make those courses in bulk. For instance, if you're talking about personal effectiveness covers a lot of things. Um, from how do you manage your or balance your priorities to manage your time to many other things. You can bulk this and make it or make them available for people who will be interested to buy those courses. So that's one also you can think of. So the first thing you want to do is to think of the areas of focus for you and then start putting together content out of your curriculum. To get this started, I don't think you really need much. You need the regular things. You need your PC, you need internet, you need things like an authoring tool. So for authoring tool, there are different authoring tool out there from Articulate to Spring and etc. PowerPoint is also very, very useful because when it comes to all those authoring tool, Articulate, like I've mentioned, it could be very, very expensive. And because it's more like a passive income for you, I wouldn't advise that you start spending quite a lot of money to get you started. So that's the first thing, cost cost retailing. The number two thing we would also look at will be um, pay aggregator. Pay aggregator. Now, what does this? What's pay aggregator? So people who go for interviews or even HR professionals also want to have an idea of what is obtainable in some organizations, especially those who go for interviews. They want to be sure that, oh, I'm going for an interview, I want to have an idea. Yes, most often than not, we say that there is a skill existing in the organization, but the truth is, not all organizations are that structured. So you want to have an idea of what is obtainable within the organization so that you are fully prepared. So as a pay aggregator, all you want to do is think of how you can help people by gathering not so perfect or so accurate numbers, but providing them with insight into what is obtainable as far as their profession within maybe an organization is concerned. And I think to get you started, probably you just want to work closely with your network, see what they offer and things like that. Just trying to gather your own data. As a matter of fact, you can even decide to specialize your aggregation service by focusing on a profession that is highly in demand. So now that becomes your niche. So with that, you can, I mean, between 50,000 naira to 100,000 naira, I think is a good place for you to start something like that. It's also important to put it out there that these are ideas you need to do your own research before you take them on. So it's very, very important for any business you want to look into. You also need to do your own feasibility study. And don't be shy to share such ideas with people and get them to share their concerns, because more often than not, we don't want to share our ideas. We feel that, oh, we share it with people, they will steal my idea. I think that shouldn't be the issue. Number three that would quickly look at will be a um, a payroll spread, a payroll spread. Now, what's a payroll spread? So what you do is you create an Excel sheet that is highly formularized and in accordance to the provisions of the law of the land. Example will be the tax regime. You have everything imputed there. You also make available pay slips. You'll be surprised that a lot of organizations don't even give pay slips because they are not available. So if you create a payroll spreadsheet rather, sorry, and you make it available for small you need to have your target market. You don't want to focus on the big organizations because they don't even need your service in the first place. But what you want to focus on will be the SMEs who, yes, they pay salary, but there's no defined structure as to how they pay their salary, and they do all sort of things. So make your service available to them and make it very, very easy to access your service. So what you definitely would make money from will be your product sales. That means selling those spreadsheets. You can also provide consultancy service, and you can tailor the spreadsheet, because sometimes they'll tell you, oh, can you help us do one, two, three things that are not generic to your spreadsheet? So that's another way of making money from the spreadsheet. Um, so what do you need to get started? I think you will need a relevant social media account for the purpose of visibility for your service. You need to market your initiative, and I think the best bet here would be running below the line operations or marketing initiatives. And you also want to look at what competition. I mean, people are already doing this, so you need to look at what they're doing and see how you can improve on what they are doing. The next thing I think will also um, make sense in this time will be HR analytics. HR analytics. Now, it's becoming obvious to every one of us that data is very, very important, irrespective of what field or profession you find yourself. Now, when you deal with HR, you discover that data is even far more important than we think of. So, with your HR analytics skill, you can make your service available and make more money from it. You want to create reports that are descriptive in nature, prescriptive, and predictive. Um, you can make your service anonymous, because some of the constraints with data is that you just don't want to release organizations or people who are responsible for data don't want to just release data like that to people. And sometimes they want to release that data, but they don't want you to know where it's coming from. So you can make your service anonymous. They can remove anything that connects them with an organization and push the data to you through a channel. All you have to do is look at the data, make sense of it, describe it, prescribe some solutions, and also make some prediction, and you're good. All you need will be probably a landing page for the data collection, and you also will need your analytics and tools. So when it comes to analytics tools, you have Excel to work with, you have Power BI. I mean, quite a lot of some software as a service, which we'll also get to later on. So this is very, very good because people are beginning to collect data and beginning to take it very serious within organizations. So the next thing will be HR glossary. That's number five. HR glossary. Now, what this means is that you create a blog of a growing list of HR subjects in a directory format. I mean, quite a lot of terminologies in HR. When you're discussing some subject matter with non-HR people or even HR people, and you use some terminologies, there's always this, or what do you mean with that? And just like every other profession, there will be terminologies. So create a glossary list of a list of these terminologies and the descriptions. So it's going to serve like a blog, and you can make money through ads when it becomes an household name. You can just subscribe to Google AdSense, and you make money in dollars, which is also good for you. Another thing we should look at, I think, will be HR templates, and document bank. You see, you might underestimate this kind of business because um, you probably have never thought about it from a commercial viewpoint. When you belong to some of this social group on, let me say, WhatsApp or whatever it is, you will discover that people come requesting for one template or the other, or one document or the other. Now, if you are that individual who sits down easily and design these templates, come up with this document, you have a lot of these templates and documents in your arsenal. Why not make money from it? Um, you can even decide to bring a tweak to yours by running a trade by barter. So you create this platform, you have the templates on this platform, and people come there, they are interested in a particular template or a particular document, and they see it there. Now, for them to have access to that document, they need to exchange it with another document, which they will share with you. You look through the document, and you add it to your data bank or your documents bank, and they can download whatever it is they want to download. With that, you grow the volume and size of documents on your platform. You can also create your own template, which is custom. What you can do to make money probably will be sell premium content or and make money from ads. So HR template and document bank is one thing I think you we can also look at for a passive income for an HR professional. Number seven will be um, labor advisory. I will say or advisory, labor advisory. Um, you want to be the go-to person on labor-related matters, providing advisory and guidance. You can guide them through a process. Quite a lot of labor issues which can be prevented before it occurs at all. Decisions are being taken daily in organizations, decisions that border on labor and industrial matters. So, if you're very grounded in labor laws and industrial, and you have extensive industrial experience, why not also start making some side dough from this? I would also say probably we should look at becoming a training promoter. A training promoter. Now, when you talk about a training promoter, I want you to also think of a show promoter. A show promoter with a tweak. The beauty of what is happening in the world today, COVID, has helped us to break the norms of renting a physical space for training before it can take place. So now a lot of trainings are now online, virtual learning, webinars, and all sort of things. Now these things have been there, or these channels of training has been there, but we never really took it serious in this part of the world. So I think it's a good time. So what you want to do as a training promoter is to think of the course that you think people would need. It cuts across different fields and profession. Look for top experts in those areas of learning, and research curriculum that speaks to that area of learning, and reach out to these top experts. Have them sign up if they are interested in your program, and amongst them divide the curriculum. Then probably they can have them build their respective content, and you schedule them for when to deliver. What you also will do as a training promoter is to price the training. Now, the trainers you won't pay, but they will get a percentage of the sum that comes through their participants. So each of them are meant to also try as much as possible to make such trainings available on their different platforms. Now, any participant that comes from a trainer A will get the trainer will get maybe 70% of the revenue for each of the participants, while you, the organizer, will get 30%. Any participant that comes from you, the organizer, the training promoter, you will keep 70% of it, while the trainers will keep 30% of it. Now, while the training is going, the live training online is going, you can also record it. Now, after recording it, you can now make it available on learning platform, and there will be an agreement between you and the trainers such that after the live training, people who subscribe to those trainings, you guys get to share uh, the the earnings on those trainings equally, or whatever percentage you want to think of. So it now becomes a passive earnings for you and the pool of trainers you've engaged. So you might want to look at this and think about it extensively. The next thing I think we should look at um, will be probably setting up an HR virtual conference, an HR virtual conference promoter as well. Now, we had always known conference to be within a physical place. So we have a lot of conferences happening online now. People even online move from the general room into breakout sessions, just like it happens in the physical location. So this is simply you taking conferences online. Think the theme for the conference, get the speakers and moderators, pay them and promote the conference for attendance, and you make your money. The next thing I think we should look at will be let's say a recruiter's hub. A recruiter's hub. Now, what does this mean? What you want to do is to create a hub where recruiters of different shades can come and sign up. You can have freelancers and you can have firm who are in the business of recruitment. So companies will come there to seek their services. So use of the platform, they either pay for subscription or they pay per mandate closed. So if your recruiters want to make use of the platform, they can pay to subscribe to the platform, or they pay after every any mandate. You need to think through this idea, and because as they are still ideas, so you need to make sense out of them. The next thing will be an HR software as a service platform. HR as a software service platform. Now, what this means is that you need to think of that HR activity that would work better with web-based software. So you think from engagement of a talent to exiting of talent. Where can software really make our lives easy in terms of efficiency and effectiveness? Build a platform and make it available for use. With this, you can make money through subscription to the platform. Now, speaking of an HR as a service platform, I would like to quickly introduce you to Gap Metrics. Gap Metrics. Now, for Gap Metrics, it is all about building a competency framework. So, Gap Metrics is on www.gapmetrics, gapmetrics.com. On gapmetrics.com, when you visit gapmetrics.com, you will see a pool of competencies. You see a pool of competencies described or defined across proficiency levels. Now, when you see these competencies, all you need to do is pick the competencies that interest you. But before you get to this point, you create an account for your company. because that is where your competency framework will be built into. Now, you pick your competencies. If you feel the competencies are not described or defined as you want them to be, you have the ability to edit your competencies and describe them the way you want them to appear. Now, the beauty of gap metrics is also that when you don't see competencies that you are interested in, you can upload your competencies. Once you upload your competencies, it, it's available for you to continue to build your competency framework. You can assign proficiency levels across your grading system within the departments. Everything has been provided for you on Gap Metrics. And you can also schedule 360-degree appraisal of competencies within your organization, also using the platform. It's a robust platform, and I encourage you to visit www.gapmetrics.com to learn how the platform works so that you can enjoy the benefits of the platform. All right, so let's get back to our side hustles. The next thing I would like us to look at will be probably a job search coach, becoming a job search coach. A job search coach. Okay, now some people require guidance on how to go about searching for the right job. You can build a resource platform on job search, then earn money from adverts and donations. Because I wouldn't advise that you start charging probably someone who doesn't have a job to come and pay you and all of those things. But you can build the resource, make them available, people can access them, and those who appreciate what you do can also donate to the platform for the continuity of the platform. And when you have the right kind of traffic, you can have adverts rolling in and you can make a lot of money from the adverts. Now, the next thing I'd like us to look at will be HR mentorship platform. So now a lot of people want to be mentored as far as HR is concerned. Now, how do they access those that they hold in high esteem to mentor them? How can even mentors reach a wider audience of pro potential proteges? So you get HR professionals who will be willing to serve as mentors on specific subject matters in HR, because the truth is there are some of us that are generalists and there are some of us that are specialists. So some might be comfortable providing mentoring relationship or engaging on service to people in specific areas, while some are just broad-based. So mentors on specific subject matter in HR. So you create the mentorship platform and create visibility for the platform. You can earn money through subscription. That's a possibility. Um, the one other thing that comes to mind will be probably you becoming a summary builder. Now, with a summary builder, from the way I think, you see, not everybody is into reading of books, white papers, research documents, etc. So you can start summarizing and make the access to this summary through subscription. Your product can be voice enabled, because even with the summary, some people are just even not there to, some people really don't feel or uh, um, find it easy to really get to read because of time or maybe any other reason. So your product could be voice based and you earn money through subscription. The next thing will be an HR Q&A platform, an HR Q&A platform. So basically, people come there, just ask any HR related question on the platform, and the pool of pre-selected HR professionals on the platform who are members will provide insight. and you can make money also through subscription. Subscription is very good. I mean, you can break down your subscription into quarterly, biannually, or annual. But I think it's better to have people stay with you for a longer period of time. So, an HR Q&A platform, you really don't need much to get this platform running. You don't need to break the bank. All you need to do is probably you need a WordPress website, and with as low as 40, 50,000 naira, your site is up and running. It's just the back end of it where you get to agree with the HR professionals that you've pre-selected on the platform on how what the modalities would look like. There's also consulting tools and templates. If you're very good, because some people are very good with coming up with these templates and then tools. If you're so good with things like this, you can start creating templates and tools specifically for consultants and sell or make them available through subscription. They can the truth is there are people now who are I don't like to call them what the people call them out there, but they are like one man riot squad, and they are into consulting. They probably might not have the resource required like the big consulting firms. But again, if you are so good and you know that you can create these tools easily, you can create those tools and make it available for them to make use of. Another thing that I think we can look at will be um, a subject matter, a subject matter consultant, which oftentimes is being referred to as an SME. The truth is, most consulting firms, when they secure mandates, they try as much as possible to bring on consultants who are not on their payroll to help execute those projects. So you can make your service available as a subject matter expert. One other thing that comes to mind that, though I've not been able to sit down to crack it, will be a labor ombudsman. So basically, providing that bridge for people who, for one way or one reason or the other, have been cheated um, in their employment contracts or whatever it is. Just want to provide that support for them. So I think there's an opportunity there that we can or you can explore. How will it work? I think those are part of the research that needs to be done. There is also 19, I would say, interview coach. Interview coach. Now, some do have um, concerns when it comes to attending interviews for no reason obvious. So if you know that you know one or two things about interviews, you can start preparing or creating content or even videos. Become a vlogger. I think that's what's being called a vlogger, and create those contents and put it out there, and then you make money from Google. Um, the last I would talk about will be a CV evaluator. Evaluator. Now, what this does is to look at people's CVs and try to point out the the problems, the errors, and in doing that, you can, if they want you to help them design a new CV, then you can charge for that, or you just create content online and try to earn from adverts. So in all, these are the um, 20 ideas that I'll be bringing to you. So for me, I'll call this probably volume one, because as the idea comes to mind, I will definitely create some content around it. Not to forget to go visit the site, femiojumo.com. There are some templates have been made available there. Um, Also on this YouTube channel, you can also view the video on how to carry out strategic workforce planning, how to implement the balance scorecard, and many other videos. So thank you very much for your time, and until the next one.